art.
Right.
And the cool thing about being able to do my art is for my show is because it's following a theme. I'm kind of cheating because I'm able to do something I really love doing,
right,
and using the show do it to represent the show, but there's a concept already there. It's not just free flow art that I'm pouring out on paper with no expectations to it and looking for approval. This is a podcast, and whatever images you come up with,
right,
in general, I want to put that on paper and have it represented. So when it comes to the fuck-its that I was feeling, it was really hard yesterday, and it seems like God is testing me because a lot of things are coming to a point right now. In the last 6 or 7 months, my life has changed so much. I had an older brother who was estranged from the family for, I want to say, over 5 years, and he's just come back into the family. And it's awesome for the family to embrace him back, to feel like there was somebody out there that everybody cared about. We didn't know how he was doing, if he's successful, if he's failing, if he's struggling,
if he's dead.
If he's dead, is he alive? How is he doing? Yeah, and that relief comes with it. But one thing that I didn't, and I was really looking forward to the day I'd be able to say, here's my older brother back in my life again. Then the day happened, and now I'm like, oh shit, now my fucking older brother is back in my life again.
How the tables have turned.
Right. And a part of me is resentful to him because he fell back into that mode of being an older brother, and I kind of wanted a buffer zone.
Is this the one that was fucking with you when you were in Vegas, or?
Well, I don't want to get into that too much, okay, but he was being an older brother.
Got it.
The way that I can expect him to be, when I kind of wanted a buffer zone. How about like a good 6 or 7 months of interaction where we're both sensitive to the fact that, look, I've grown and I've changed, and so have you. So let's get to know each other a little bit more without like throwing personal jabs where we know it's gonna hurt. Like let's just be like a little bit stranger, that we're feel each other out for a little bit. And he jumped right back into being
right in the fucking pool, deep end.
And it made me feel like you were saying, like a little fucking kid all over again. Absolutely. And I'm in recovery, so I need to check that. Right. I need to fucking recognize that these are character defects. This is about me. It's not about him. Right. He's going to be whoever he's going to be, regardless of how I feel or what I want him to do, or how I want him to act. Yeah. So I need to check myself, and I need to pull back and realize, okay, now it's about boundaries. These are all new fucking things that I got to implement in my life, thanks to fucking recovery. But I have to go, okay, learn again who you are and what happened, how certain other people's behavior are going to make you react a certain way, and check how you're going to go about behaving in your life. You have a right to every, like my friend Chris Teagarden says, T-Dog, you have a right to every feeling you have in your body. We all do. But you don't have a right to go around fucking with everybody over there.
Yeah.
So think whatever you want, but don't say whatever you want. Just figure out how to maneuver through life without putting too many ripples in the water. And I'm learning that all over again. Right. So...
And it's scary.
It is. It's very scary.
It's scary.
Especially because I'm an emotional human being, and I think
we're overly... And I say we as in addicts, alcoholics, or whatnot. We're overly sensitive because we've went so many years deluded, and I'm speaking strictly for myself. I went so many years where I was deluded to what real life was, and now that I'm doing it, I'm doing real life. I mean, literally, I'm doing life on life's terms, as they say. Right. And it's like they say, what does sober stand for? You say, well, son of a bitch, everything's real. Yeah. And that's how we have to look. It's like, I can't go and if someone pisses me off, because why do we drink? We drink for happiness. We drink for sadness. We drank if the girlfriend pissed us off. We drank if the boss pissed us off. We drank, all these. We drank if the Lakers won. We drank if the Lakers lost. That was our whole existence. And so now here we are, and we're having to deal with life without the, and I say this with quotation marks, without the comfort of drugs or alcohol, you know. And we have to deal with these. We have to deal with what's going on. You know what I mean? We have to face reality and see things for what they are. And again, I get what you're saying about the whole brotherly thing. It's rough waters to try and cohabitate with somebody and exist in their space. And again, I always try and remember. I always say, and I get this from the meetings again. It says, try to understand rather than to be understood. And when I get
you're going to benefit way more by understanding.
But when I get the fuckets, it's like, I don't want to understand. Right. I don't want to understand. Right. I don't need to understand. And I get in that, I just get in this fucking mode where it's like I put up this exterior, and it's like anything you say to me, I will deflect back to you. And I have a fucking tongue of steel.
Right.
And I can rip.
I've honed this craft.
Right. It took me many years, but I can rip you to fucking shreds and not touch you physically one time. And I can destroy you like that, you know? And it's not a good trait to have that. It really isn't. To try and balance that in a conversation where you feel you've earned the it's like with my brother. I say, and again, I'm not putting him on blast or nothing. He knows this. Everything I say, he fucking knows it. He probably never even gonna fucking hear this podcast anyway.
Right.
This is our 9th fucking episode. He's yet to hear one of my fucking shows.
Right.
So why that just goes to show you how much he respects what I do in life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm still that little shit who has, how do they say it in La Bamba, who used to follow him in the sticks. You know, I used to look up to I looked up to my brother. You know what I mean? My brother's the one who got me into heavy metal. My brother's the one who he gave me a lot of advice when I was out there being stupid and nuts. My brother literally drugged me out of the fucking dope house and threw me in his back room, you know, and kept me there and literally had someone standing there watching guard and wouldn't let me out of the fucking room, you know. And I'd be like, why don't you let me out? And he'd be like, well, why don't you fucking grow up? I'm not hurting anybody. I'm only 26. What the fuck am I? You know,
26.
Right. You know, and you know, and it's, you know, and it's just, you know, I feel that sense of what you're going through, dude. And I can't get into too much detail on what you know, what's between me and my brother. There's a lot more in depth there, and I'm not gonna, for personal reasons, I'm not gonna put it out there because, you know, it's just not, to me, it's not worth the backlash that I'll fucking get, literally. But you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. So for me, for me to sit there and worry about what the fuck he thinks of me, or, you know, it's like, when I look at the people that really matter in my life and the people that I really have to impress or take care of, you know, I mean, you're in that circle, you know, you're in that circle now, you know what I mean? And for me, that's a big deal, you know, and that's how I look at it, you know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Not that I need to impress you or that I have to impress you, but
the lack thereof, actually.
Right. But
because
I want you to see me as someone you can count on, and not just for the show, but for anything in life.
That's a point I want to make.
And it's like, and again, I'm just throwing it out there. It's like when you called me and you're like, hey, dude, my fucking car's broke down here, and I'm like, I didn't sit there and go, okay, well, give me. I'm like, fuck, where you at, dude? Let's fucking, you know what I mean? And I try to do that with all my close friends because I'll be honest, I have a lot of acquaintances, and that's what they are. They're acquaintances. Period. You know, hi, bye, how are you doing? Let's fucking touch base. Blah blah blah, woody woo, whatever. You know what I mean? But I can count my close friends on one hand, and I can't even feel that. I can't feel that hand up. You know what I mean? And that's the honest to God's truth. You know what I mean? because I'm very
selective.
Yes, very, very selective. But, and again, you've seen what I went through, dude. I fucking, and I'm not going to say their names. I'm going to keep their fucking anonymity. And by all rights, I should just fucking throw their fucking names out there and put them under their fucking bus. Prick punk motherfuckers. But I won't. I had one guy move in with me, right? Lost him as a friend. Had another guy move in with me. Lost him as a friend. And
Didn't he sleep with your daughter?
He slept with my daughter. I wasn't gonna put that out there, but since you mentioned it,
that might piss off any dad.
Do you get what I'm saying? Though?
You're on the outs, and I'm reaching out to help you, and you're banging my fucking offspring. Right.
Not only that, but in my own fucking house.
In my own fucking house.
And this is one of those moments. It's one of those moments where I want to go to his fucking work. And literally, I don't give a fuck about the security guard. I just want the security. Just call him out here and tell him there's somebody. Tell him there's someone here that I need to talk to him, and just beat his fucking ass on the fucking spot. You know what I mean? That's the kind of fucking rage I had going on at that time. You know what I mean? And I have to put those things aside. I have to say, listen, you can't do that shit, because what's going to happen is, let's be realistic about it. You're going to go to fucking jail over that shit. Who's going to pay the rent? Who's going to pay the bills? Who's going to take care of your family? And that's the beauty.
Well, doesn't it suck knowing what's better for you?
But see, that's the beauty of what I have now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the beauty of what I have now.
Yeah.
But in those instances,
because you're going through so much in the interim,
dude, and it's unrealistic.
But you're saving way more in the back end.
Right.
But the fucked up part, there's no payoff in the back end. It's just smooth sailing.
Right.
It's not like there's some great delivery.
Right.
It's like all the crap I'm going through right now, just so I don't have anything to expect in the future.
The end reward is I get to keep living.
Right.
My normal, again, in quotations, existence.
Right.
You know? And to be, well, I don't know, that doesn't sound right. It's because before I lived in an existence. I just existed. Now I actually have a life. I actually have something to look forward to in the morning. I have somewhere to go. I have something to do.
Right.
You know? And so...
and you can and one of the biggest things in my life is to live a life where at the end of the day, you put in a good day of work. You know, you weren't a piece of shit human being.
Right.
And you didn't screw anybody over. You didn't hurt anybody. You didn't hurt anybody's emotions.
Right.
As best as you could.
Well, no.
But you get to lay your head down on the pillow at night with a clean conscience.
And not only that,
if you live long enough where you're frustrated as hell when you're left to your own thoughts in your mind and your sleep is paying for it.
I've done that.
It's so frustrating. You don't get a good night's sleep and you wake up knowing that you're going to feel the same fucking way you did that night the next night.
A witness to my own demise. That's what I used to say. I'm a witness to my own fucking default, man. And here, you know, but not only that, I think living a sober life, period. I think of it as attraction rather than promotion. And again, I've gotten that from the rooms. I've gotten that from the rooms. But when people see me and they're living this chaotic, fucking twisted realm of fucking insanity, you know, and then they come and look at me and they go, dude, how do you do it? You know, what do you, and I give them that, you know, and not only do I tell them what I've done, but they can actually see the change in my whole life, period.
Yeah.
You know, and it gives people hope. And I always say that to people, you know, I say people twice as smart as me have done this, and people with half my intelligence have done this. You know, there's nothing special about me. You know, the only difference between me and anybody else is what?
You worked a little bit harder to be a better person.
That's and that's it, you know. And again, this comes back to the whole friendship theme, you know, or whatever the friendship. Again, I don't have a lot of friends. I don't have, you know what I mean? Because I wear my fucking heart on my sleeve, dude, a lot. You know what I mean? I used to anyway. And maybe I still do. Maybe I'm just in fucking denial. I don't know. But I put myself out there.